fears, I'm hoping for a blessing. Telling my demons they can get the step, and I was lost, no, I was hiding. I was so divided, chasing after wind, I couldn't hold to find it. Trying to get bigger bags, yeah, trying to get what they have, yeah. Should've been holding back, didn't know what I had. So let's
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, what's up? My name is Justin. For those of you that are returning, what's up, gang? I hope y'all been doing good so far in your school year and in life. So today we're going to be talking about 5 different things that you can do to manage your schedules better. And for those of you that know me, you know I'm a pretty busy person. You guys know I always got something going on every day. And a lot of that just comes because I am a social media coordinator for the homecoming dude. I have a YouTube channel, a photographer / videographer. I'm also an 1828 ambassador, student athlete running track and field, and a bunch of other things. So I don't have time every single day to chill or play video games for 6 and 7 hours, and sometimes my schedule gets out of whack whenever I don't put it all together. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get right into these tips. But once again, if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is a topic that I feel like every college student needs to know. 5 tips to help you manage your schedule better as a college student. This also does not apply to just college students. So if you're in high school, which, I mean, that's cool. But if you're in high school or even elementary or middle school, and if you're in, nursing school, or if you're working at your job, these are skills that you can take along with you. This is not just for college students. You know how I get down with college students, so I had to give it a little bit of flavors. But before we get into this video, I have some beef that I need to get off my chest. Y'all are not subscribing. I don't know what y'all think this is, but y'all better subscribe freaking now. So, because apparently everyone doesn't like to subscribe, I have proposed a trade offer. This is my trade offer. If you can take and apply one of these 5 skills I'm about to give you into your life, by the end of this video, you gotta subscribe. Shake on it. Nice. I like that. See, now we can get along better. Now we can talk, we can chill, we can drink water together. Anyway, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started into the video. So here we go. So the first tip on this list is to always use a calendar. Now, I know a lot of people will always recommend using Google Calendar. Me personally, just because my university here at Augusta, we use Microsoft Outlook. So you already have a calendar on there. So instead of using Google Calendar, I use Microsoft Outlook, which is basically the exact same. A lot of the things I'll do is I'll write out my schedule too, on top of having it on my laptop. I'll write it out in like a journal, for an example, or I'll print it out and have 5 different pieces of paper representing every class. And that's usually just on my syllabus. So if you go through your syllabus, a lot of times classes or your professors will put your entire schedule out on the syllabus. So I'll just print that off and I'll put that somewhere in my room. So printing out your schedule, writing down your schedule, and of course adding your schedule to either Google Calendar or Microsoft Outlook. It really doesn't matter which one you use. Just like I said earlier, Augusta University makes our emails with Microsoft, so it's just already easier for me to go on Microsoft. And this is not just for school. I use the same calendar for all my events, whether this is a homecoming event, I have an event I have to be at for school or work or anything of that nature. So it's not just an academic calendar. You can use it for anything. And it's really good because I can also RSVP for events, and I can type in messages and let people know things ahead of time. So it's a really good skill you should probably end up using in the later future. Side tip, one thing I think has been very important and significant for me is making and setting daily goals. And a lot of times these goals aren't anything crazy or big, and it's just to make sure that I do a lot of smaller things, because going to class is a big thing, going to work or your job or practice and things of that nature are big things. But there's also some smaller things you can do, like, hey, make sure I take out the trash, or make sure I put this in here, or just things like that. So I set 3 daily goals that I use every single day, and these things can range from, like I said, anything from, hey, make sure you get an oil change, and make sure you do this, that, and the third. And I make sure that I put these in time slots that I'm usually the least busy. So I mean, it works for me. It's working for me so far. So I think that's something you should definitely do. And also I write those down instead of putting that in like my notes app, for an example. And I think there's definitely some type of science behind writing things down. I'm not gonna give it to you because I'm not no science major, but yay. Step number 2, block out time. Try to set blocks of time that you can study where you have no phone, no PlayStation, no distraction, no friends, no breathing, no looking, no none of that. None of it. And if you start to build up the repetition of studying from 3 to 4 every single day, by like day 7, you're gonna already be used to it. So you're not gonna have to keep setting alarms for you to start and stop studying and things like that. So it'll definitely come along the longer you do it. So I think that's something you should really look at doing because it's worked for me, and that's one of the reasons why it's on this list. Number 3. Instead of looking at things that you can do, let's look at the things that you shouldn't do and take away. And that's why number 3 is to identify all of your time wasters. So this can be something from playing 2K for a little too long. This could be going to the nail salon where you don't need to. This could be hanging out on campus. What it is for me is talking. I will be in the JSAC talking for about 4 hours a day and completely forget, like, dang, I have class or I have work. So a lot of times I have to remind myself that I can't talk to everyone and I can't talk to everyone right now. Another thing that's also important is to prioritize things by list of importance. And so, school is something you obviously have to do, when you're a student athlete, practice and workouts, these are things that you have to do. Playing My Career for the 5th hour is not something you need to do. Going to a kickback when you have 4 assignments due at 11:59 is not something you need to do. And then after that, when you start seeing these other things that are not that important in your schedule, go ahead and just take them, boys, do the referee, point at it, and throw those out of there. Okay, so you're using your calendar, you're blocking out your time, and now you're taking away all those things that waste your time. Now the 4th thing that you need is to take every day at a time. And I'm somebody that will start worrying about what I have to do on Sunday when today's Wednesday. So I have to tell myself mentally, and what I've been doing this year too is just trying to manage treating every day as one day at a time. And I know a lot of times we have things that you can't really wait until the day of to worry about because it's that important and it needs that much prep, and that's fine. But I think the rule that you should keep is that if it's not within 3 days, that you shouldn't be worrying about it. It's almost impossible to try to think about everything you have to do on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday all within one day. And you're starting to repeat that same thing over and over. It's not even worth your time because all you're gonna get from that is stress. And we don't like to stress. If we're being honest, number 5 is probably the most important goal. And number 5 is to not overwork yourself. You are not God. You cannot do everything all at once. You can't focus on everything once at a time. You can't do everything at once. Some of y'all can't even manage your skills. That's why you're watching this video. But that's okay. No, chill. I'm playing. It's fine. You have to know your limits. If you've been in college for honestly less than a year and a half or 2 years, at some point you gotta realize hanging out is just not that important when it comes to your education, bro. And you shouldn't be doing that because you're not even building good habits for yourself for the future. Also important to say, if you gotta take a study break, take a little study break. So if you feel like you're productive and you're going at it and you're starting to get it and you're understanding your material, you keep working, just keep working. But if you're at a point where you feel like you need a break and you need to stop, don't overwork yourself. Just take a break, 5-minute, 10-minute break. One thing I would recommend is if you got time, take a little dance break, put on your favorite song. For me, that would be Anything by Zola, the artist coming out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm just saying, but hey, with that being said, that does conclude this video. So I do want to say thank you if you made it to the end. Number 2, thank you if you ended up subscribing during this video. We celebrate. Hey! For my next video, I definitely have something coming up that's very exciting and a little bit of a different video that you guys will definitely appreciate. So 9/27, man, that's all I'm gonna say. 9/27, man. So thank you so much for watching this video, man. If y'all haven't already, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video on 9/27. Let's go. You better turn me up. You better turn me up. You better turn me up. Nigga better turn me up. Let's go.